Sonya, we don't hear any music, sweetie.
Nobody hears the music. Okay, so I had asked earlier, you know what? Got it. I got it. Okay, so I had asked earlier.
We're coming, y'all. I see y'all jumping
Got
on.
it.
We're coming.
Hold on. Let me start again. Okay, now I don't know why it's not playing.
You know what? We're gonna go ahead and start. Doom, 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 doom. Fresh out the oven. I don't know the rest, but y'all know our song is
Right.
Yeah, so we will play the song at some point when our sexologist she gonna get it together. So welcome everyone to another grown ass women shit. And it's a no bra Wednesday. So I hope those titties are hanging today because we have some wonderful guests. And what are we talking about today? Oh my God, stepping into fall like a BOSS. So your new season wardrobe and skincare refresh. Tomorrow's the equinox, right? The fall autumn.
Is it? Yeah, it certainly
It
is.
is. So
Yes, it
there's
is.
some rituals we need to be doing to, step in the
It
fall.
yes, there's always stuff that you gotta be
It's
getting.
always something. You need to be getting yourself together before the equinox. So we're here to help and serve. All right. So with that, I'm gonna turn it over to my girl Sonya, the sensuous
What?
sexologist over here.
Yes, yes,
We
yes,
got coming
yes.
up.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, first of all, I want to say we're gearing up for this Saturday. For those of you who want to continue the conversation that we had from last Wednesday, the erectile dysfunction conversation that we had about the lowdown on getting it or not getting it up, we will be joining. We will be coming together in Columbia, Maryland. Check out in the group for the link so that you can actually come check us out.
Fix
So
it,
yeah,
All
fix
right.
it, fix it,
Fix it, G.
Yes, 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 yes. So, yes, we are. Just as a reminder to everybody, we go live on every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for No Bra Wednesday, where we let the girls loose and we say it with our breasts. What? So we are loose and we are ready, and we have some marvelous guests in our living room to talk about the fall because it's time to get them looks together. What? See, I got my shoulder out and I kind of. I'm trying to show out, because
she's doing that for Sharonda.
I'm doing that for Sharonda. Sharonda picked this shirt out for me, so I had to, I got to represent. She was like,
free
I
people.
need to.
I'm just saying, I know free people when I see it.
It is free people.
Yes, I do know.
So yeah, so we have some experts in the room to support you in getting your style together and getting your the wardrobe. With our style coach and your skincare, together for the fall. So first I want to, for the ladies that are here, we have an esthetician extraordinaire that's been at this for over 21 years. What? Ms. Chemo Bentley. Chemo, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you and your med spa in Silver Spring, honey.
Hey everyone, what's up DMV? My name is Chemo Bentley. I am the owner and founder of Chemo Bentley Skincare and Med Spa, which is located downtown Silver Spring. I have been an esthetician for around 21 years, a veteran, as you would say. I'm 44, not ashamed to say it. So I've been around the block. I've been around the block for a moment. And I am here to serve you ladies, to educate you. And it's a different way to spa. It's not the stiff, uptight type of thing. You go into a doctor's office and you don't want to talk too loud. We cut up. We talk about everything, and I appreciate, Sandra, for allowing me the opportunity to come here and, just pour the information onto you ladies. And that's about it.
Well, we thank you for saying yes at the last minute, because when I tell you I was scrambling like, who going to talk about skincare tonight? so I literally, in a matter of moments, talked to Chemo, and she was like, I will do it. I was like, I know that's right. She responded. She didn't need no details. She said, I'll do it. And so and we got that thing handled. So thank you so much for being on, and we appreciate you. We cannot wait to learn more. And then, of course, we have our style consultant extraordinaire that has whipped both me and Pastel's closets into
Mine
shape.
don't whip out. I need to schedule something else. Sharonda,
So, Miss Sharonda, introduce yourself and tell us about yourself, ma'am.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, viewers of Grown Ass Woman Shit. It is great to be back with you guys again. Thank you for having me. I am Sharonda Irving. I am. I have two titles. I can't decide which one I want to land on, but I'm an image consultant / style coach. I work with women who are professionals, who are 40 and over, and I teach them how to amplify their presence, regardless with whatever transitions that they've been through, help them to amplify their presence in any room that they would like to be in, that they find themselves in, by using style mindset and wardrobe curation strategies. And I offer virtual styling services, or virtual style coaching services, as well as in-person style coaching services. And so my whole thing is that I want women. I do take men clients. My main group of people that I work with are typically women. I also do some work with organizations doing professional development and trainings. And I want people to, first of all, understand that style and being able to recognize and hold on to a sense of style really does start with mindset. And so that's why I incorporate mindset strategies, as well as teaching you how to curate your wardrobe. And what I do is a little bit more about teaching you and coaching you, so that when the time that we work together, when that time is up, you still know what to do when I'm not there, and you really actually own your sense of style, and you really do own you are empowered to keep your closet going.
Got it.
Awesome. And I hope you guys took a look at Sharonda's Target takeover that I posted in the group earlier.
Oh my goodness.
She let me tell you something. I went on the Target website and purchased wait a minute.
What did you get?
Did you purchase stuff already?
I got my
You got a bomber or a blazer?
I got a blazer.
I got my tie waist blazer with the tuxedo stripe down here. This is the Kalana is it Barfield collection. If you go in there now, the shit is sold out. I'm just letting you know. But she had some bomb ass pieces. I think Sharonda got the good ones, all the good ones, because she
went and cleared them out.
I did. I got the sweater right here.
You know what? I should have recognized that sweater. Yeah, and I was just in Target too, looking like, what do they have left? Because but yeah,
it's gone. What
Target did you go to?
I ordered this online.
I went to the one up in Wheaton.
Okay, see, and that was the whole thing. So just, I guess people are like, what the hell's happening? So Kalana Barfield, who is a Howard University alumna.
HU?
No, listen. She had Target is starting this initiative called Future Collective. And Kalana Barfield was sort of like, I don't know if she's the person that kind of galvanized the idea, but she's the person who's kicking that whole initiative off. And so her collection was supposed to drop. Target had not actually posted it. I happened to see her posting that she had this whole collection coming out. So I called one of my girlfriends who she is like an influencer and a blogger, and she is all about Target fashion. So I'm like, hey, we're going to go to Target first thing in the morning. We didn't get there till 10 o'clock, but when we got there, they hadn't even put her stuff out. So we had to roll up our sleeves, and we literally were Target employees for 2 hours getting her things from boxes to the floor.
See, but you had first dibs though. If you taking it out of the boxes, the stuff was like, this is fresh.
That's originally the motivation was purely selfish, because I was like
looking for the dress. I heard you say you were looking for that dress. The dress was sold out like almost instantly.
No, I got the dress.
No, you got it. But the rest of us who saw the dress, we would
The t-shirt,
ask
talking about the black t-shirt dress.
with the tie. Yes, that was
Oh, I saw the t-shirt dress in
They still
Wheaton.
have it in Tinley.
saw it in Wheaton. I
Okay,
didn't
I'm
get
gonna have to
it,
go
but I
and pick
saw it.
it.
I
I
was
don't
looking for
know.
those jeans. So we done took a whole side.
No, this is still fashion. This
It
is
is
still
fashion. It
fashion
is.
because
It is.
she did. I will say, I had been looking for a blazer, a neutral blazer, black blazer with a tie waist. I'm big on peplums and cinching my waist, so I actually had my eye on a blazer at White House Black Market. It was like $200 something. And I had been looking for it, waiting for my size to come back in, and then I saw hers. I was like, "Oh shit! This one is only $50, and it's great material as well. It's very well made. I looked at the tuxedo stripe; it's not off, so they really took time with the collection. Sometimes when things are frugal, the sewing is not up to par, but the tuxedo stripe is consistent all the way down because I like buying good clothes. So I'm glad you posted that video. I was like I was sending the video to everybody. I was like, hold up, she's a Howard graduate, you all need to go.
Yeah,
You know,
Pastel
but thank
called
you
me and we
because
were
people,
going in.
first of all, I was like, that video got so more views than any of my videos have ever gotten.
I'll send it to
People were
everybody.
really coming up to me like, girl, I had no idea that the collection even came out until I saw the video.
You did a service. You did a service, and I hope you
I'll let you, girl.
Doing God's work.
I'm available for employment.
Girl, thank you. That's all I can say. I that was awesome. So
doing God's work.
Got something. But it's the collection is 170 pieces that's supposed to be sort of like periodically more pieces are coming out over time. So they basically want you to just kind of watch it and
when you tag grown ass women shit when you post next time, just tag us.
Somebody just hit me to a new one. I'll tag y'all on another one.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, we talked a little bit about fashion. I don't want to, keep Miss Chemo out of the conversation.
Oh no,
so
I'm right with you. I didn't even know. I'm always working, so I'm just privy and listening to all this good stuff. So I'll go up there. I'm close to the Wheaton Target, so I'm like, okay, I'm taking notes.
All right. Okay.
Stop and let us know what they got.
I'm sorry they had that shirt dress. So I think I'm gonna have to go back. I wasn't there getting something else. So
you could have called somebody, Sonya. That ain't right. But
anyway,
I
didn't know you were looking for it. So I had no idea, and you didn't tell me you went got the jacket. So Anyway,
it was like that. But that's
yes. Yeah. So, but mainly we were wanting to start talking about the fact that there is a new season. It is time to change it's time to dust those clothes out, all pull them out of the basement, wash them, dry clean. So what?
It's boot season, baby.
It is, honey. Let me tell you. And I got so many pair of boots. I can't wait. It's time.
Who caused that to happen?
Pasta, let's say Pasta now, and Pasta's gonna be doing a lot of deals in the group. But she hit me up the last time Nine West had a sale, and we went to town. I don't know how many pairs of boots I got.
20 pairs of boots, like $19 a piece. Like,
yeah.
I am the deal queen. Money move. That is my money deals with Dr. Paz. I will be posting them, so stay tuned for the deals. Yes.
Yeah. So Pasta don't know how to get stuff for 2 cents. So
with a coupon.
And she will share. If you one of her friends, she will hook you up and let you know Nordstrom has a sale and I got a coupon. So
yeah,
I need to get on that list.
I'll be posting them in grown ass women shit. So we're gonna hook it up. Yes. So skincare in the fall. I know for me, my skin gets a lot drier. I get the little crunchies right in here. So I usually change my moisturizer. But what are some tips for women over 40 you can give us, Chemo? Particularly Black women. I have normal skin, but I do get a lot more dry in the fall, in my T-zone area during the fall and the winter months.
So that's considered normal to dry in the T-zone. I typically would tell a customer or a patient that you should, if your skin is relatively decent, you should still come in for a facial at least once a month. The reason for it is for not for only for professional exfoliation, but it's specifically so that the product that you apply can be more absorbable to the skin. We did a lot of damage in the summer months, and I know for sure you didn't put your sunscreen on every day. I know for sure you didn't use any nighttime serums. I know for sure you didn't use vitamin C serums during the day. Like all of those things, they definitely have a domino effect coming up like within these next few months, September, October, November. So it's good to start a fresh, clean slate by a basic facial. And once you do that, then you're going to start doing some hydrators. And after hydrators, obviously the moisturizers and always SPF. That's the most basic skincare routine that we typically tell our patients.
Okay. And you call them patients. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
because you mentioned you have a nurse on staff, right?
Yeah,
Didn't
so
you
we
say-
have two nurses. We have 2 nurses and 1 plastic surgeon. The plastic surgeon is our medical director. I am the owner, so everything obviously has to go through me. Everything is ran by me. But in terms of anything medical based, if someone needs a prescription or otherwise, we would usually route that to our nurse practitioners as well as our plastic surgeon.
Nice. Yeah, girl, they ain't playing down here in Silver Spring, okay?
Last minute, girl came out. Yes, we gonna have to
Yes.
do something with
Am
that.
I allowed to ask questions?
Yeah, most certain. Girl, yes. This is a
Okay.
conversation.
I think one of the things that's important, Chemo, can you kind of talk a little bit about like the importance of exfoliation, how often we should be exfoliating, and like the different types? Because that's one thing I feel like people are like a little confused about.
Either they overdo or underdo.
Yeah.
Or do they do?
Or do they do? Yeah.
Or do they
Ain't
do
doing nothing.
Do they
Ain't
don't?
doing nothing.
So there are 2 types of exfoliation. There is chemical exfoliation and mechanical exfoliation. Mechanical exfoliation are done with modalities such as microdermabrasion machines, where it gently sloughs off the dead skin cells off of the skin. So that typically addresses couple dark spots here and there, but it's not going to remove something that's a little bit deeper. The other type of exfoliation, which is the chemical, are the peels. So the chemical peels, and I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, no, chemical peels, not good for Black skin. That is actually a myth. Chemical peels are actually great, especially because we are in our 40 and above. We need that additional exfoliation because the skin takes sometimes up to 90 days to turn over on its own. So these forms of exfoliation speeds up the process as if we were in our 20s to yield brighter skin that's glowing, skin that's healthy. People constantly come in and say, oh my God, you always have that pregnancy glow. What's going on? I exfoliate. So you asked about the time frame in the exfoliation. Exfoliation to the face shall be done at least 1 to 2 times a week. If it's a cream-based exfoliant with micro exfoliating beads, and in-office exfoliation, which is by the mechanical, which is like a microdermabrasion, can be done at least 1 to 2 times a month. So that's the difference. So if you're thinking home care, you should try to do it 1 to 2 times a week. You want to refrain from doing it over anything that is open. And also if you have any acne, because it can potentially spread the infection. So those are things that you would want to stay away from.
Okay.
Look, I love the idea of a peel. I went to the place once. I want to have baby skin. Peel all that shit off.
girl. And I have one on right now. So you guys are getting me in the right
I want my shit to
time.
be tender. Like I want it to be like, ooh, I'm growing some new skin. That's what I want.
Well, I had a friend who got the chemical peel, and she looked like a lizard for a couple of days.
And she probably looked amazing after.
Yeah, I was a little. I didn't know what it. I didn't. I've never had a chemical peel, so
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on. I was like, "What is going on with your face?" I mean, it was. It looked like you could literally pull like a whole mask off. So, how
Yeah.
long does that part of the chemical peel last?
So it depends on
Right.
the different types of strengths. So there are 10% peels which last for like 2 to 3 days. Then there are the big girl peels where you got to put your big girl panties on, and those can last for 7 to 10 days. So me personally, I do them and it lasts for 7 to 10 days. So I'm in day 3 right now, which my skin looks crazy a little bit, but I put the moisturizer on because I know I was, going live with you ladies. But, the customers, the patients, they know when they see the skin falling off, oh, she's peeling. That's just what it is. But it's really, really good to, encourage, your sister girls, sister friends to have peels, to understand the science behind peels and the benefits of that. Because remember, it's a form of exfoliation that's allowing new skin that hasn't seen the sunlight before or hasn't even seen anything. Products are more absorbable with fresh skin. So that's what you want to start with, a brand new palette for the fall.
Oh, I know that's right. Brand new palette.
Brand
new. Let's reveal the brand new palette.
Yeah.
And I bet does that also mean that your makeup may actually maybe it means some difference with the makeup that you're putting on in terms of how it actually adheres or something like that? Does it change your makeup application?
The application it will change because the texture, peels are addressing the texture of the skin. So your beat looks really good. And you get to a point that you won't even need to wear makeup. I only wear makeup maybe if I'm doing some type of photo shoot or something. A lot of people, they're like, you have makeup on? I'm like, absolutely not. Look at that. Nothing.
Right. I get that. I get that too.
Yeah.
But
great skincare, I mean, it's attainable, it's easy, and I tell people I have a prescription for beauty. So it's 5 simple steps. It's cleanse, exfoliate, treat, hydrate, and protect. If you use those pillars, you will have 0 problems, glowing skin, happy skin that's not upset with you. Upset skin, redness, fine lines, aging, flakiness. That's when your skin is pissed off. Like
my skin is pissed. My skin is mad.
Yeah, she's
like,
literally
what
saying,
the fuck are you doing? My skin is like, what the fuck is this? And so, but I have to say, I've let it get to that point because I would say unfortunately, but it's not unfortunate. My entire life, I've had great skin. Like I've had skin that it's just, I've been, it's like when you're blessed when you don't have to do anything. And so as a result, I did nothing. And I'm like, thinking even as we were having you on today, it's like, yeah, you got to start doing something because you're old enough now that you're like, if you don't start doing something, you might start seeing the effects of not doing anything. Whereas before people like, what do you do to your face? I'm like, a washcloth. That's it. I did nothing. For the majority of my life.
It's time to amplify your skin. Like I'm feeling from Sharonda. You need to amplify. I'm sorry.
I need to get it together.
Get your shit together. Yeah.
And I was just telling Chemo, I went to have a facial when I went to Atlantic City during the summer, and it was the most amazing experience. Like
it is.
So now I was a regular massage. I used to get my massages regularly. So I had my I was getting at one point a massage every week.
Yeah.
And that was like, girl, it changed my life. Okay. So for a whole year, it was every week. And that was like, relaxing. It just really allowed me to tap in spiritually and let go. I had no idea facial could do that for me. So the facial, I was breathing gently through the facial and and it was, it was just the most amazing, relaxing. Like I got up feeling like a brand new woman. So Yes, I'm like, I need to find, I need to do that now that I'm back.
Yes. Well, now that we have our faces together, our skincare, now we can get this damn fashion together. So we're gonna move on to our image coach, our style coach, our image consultant, whatever she is today. So what are some of the do's and fall don'ts for women
Girl,
over 40
please tell us.
as far as fashion?
So this is one of the things I will say. First of all, as Sonia talked about, like going into the closet and kind of like dusting off things and pulling things out. I think the first thing you want to do is sort of go through your things and look to see what you have, what you can still fit,
Go
what's
chat.
still in.
She's trying to smack people. It's not nice. It's not nice. Sharonda, but go ahead, carry on.
What you can still fit, what's in good condition, and what still sort of speaks to you and who you are now, right? Some people, although we've been outside, some people still haven't fully kind of really embraced being back outside. And so, or last fall, you may have not really been out last fall and you're just coming back around to those clothing items. So it's really important for you to, and my computer's going to die, but it's really important for you to go through that step first. And I always, I talk about cut, quality, and color. And so cut, can you fit it? Is it accentuating the positive? Is it sort of de-emphasizing the things that you don't want to stand out? So stand in front of your mirror, try things on. And because I talk about mindset, be aware of the inner talk that's happening when you're trying your clothes on. Be aware of not being overly critical of your body, because it's going to stop you from really walking into who you are now and like walking into fall. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, okay, we are at a certain age. Yep, you got a fat stomach. Yep, your boobs are probably bigger than they were. Like, but be mindful of how you're talking to yourself as you're doing that and as you're trying on your clothes. Your stuff might be too small, but that don't mean start talking shit on yourself.
Right.
So go through, try on your things. And if something is really kind of, if you're not going to get back into something, be honest with yourself and go ahead and, let it go. You was fly when you wore that before, let it go. And that way you can be open to something
real cute
that you can bring into your closet, right? Like clearing that old energy for some new energy. And then, so once you do that, then start to assess and see what you're missing. Are you missing some like basic pieces? If your jeans ain't fitting, you need to get some new jeans. If you have over the course of time, like come into a place where you can afford some better pieces, get rid of a couple of things that's like cheap and replace it with something that's a little bit more aligned with, what you can afford now. And then I would say in terms of once you kind of go through that process, or as you're going through that process, this is the time of the year where you need to think about layering your pieces. So fall is tricky, particularly in this area, in the DC area. People think it's fall and it'll be hot again. So like you can't completely put your summer things away. You can't completely pull out your winter things. So you master the art of layering. So you do your t-shirt and a jean shirt on top of it, and then you throw a cardigan on. Or you do, a thin sweater and, a scarf around your neck. So at this time of the year, you think about layering. If you still got some cute summer dresses that you haven't fully like gotten all your wears out of, put them on with boots and, a sweater. So how you're thinking about how to take some of those end of summer pieces and transition into fall by layering.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got
it. And I think that, if your blazers, your cardigans, your thick, big scarves. A big scarf is your friend, ladies. So ladies, gentlemen too, probably, because you can take a scarf, it can go around your neck, it can go around your hair in a lot of different ways. You can kind of tie it around your bag to give a little pop of color. You can tuck it in your, if you done gained a little weight and your sleeve is all out, get your scarf and, tuck it around that part to kind of add another layer of color, to be a multifunctional garment. If you're going out, tuck it in your bag, it gets chilly, put it around your shoulders. So that way that you are prepared for lots of different scenarios, as the season changes.
Got it.
I heard you say you should, try on your clothes and see how you look in them. And I'm just, I'm be honest. I see some people who look like they should not have left their homes. So I always use
that's usual.
A good friend is great to look at your. I think a good friend is invaluable. To say, all right, Pops, that ain't doing what it used to do.
Right.
Because some of us think we still look good in certain things, like those pieces. You still fit in it, but it may be ill-fitting.
Yeah.
Out there in the world.
Right.
So how do you? I always say have a good friend.
So here, this is something I posted before. One of the things I think that us as Black women, we got to know is that one key area that we always mess up on with pants is that if your pants pocket or the pocket of your slacks is sitting open,
it's buckling.
The pants are too small.
Yeah.
We like our pants to be fitted around the thigh and the butt part, unless we kind of don't like that part of our bodies. Like everybody doesn't feel that way,
right,
but we like things to fit us and accentuate our curves a lot of times. And so we would tend to wear our pants, if they look cute over the butt, we don't care that the pocket is sitting open, but that means the pants are too tight. You got to get a bigger size. And then if you need to get them tailored, you get them tailored to fit in the waist and that kind of thing. So you have to look at things like pockets, armholes. Obviously, does it buckle around the stomach, comfortably? Like if you have to put a high compression garment on with it, it's too small. Like compression garments are meant to smooth you out. And we all got waist trainers. Don't get me wrong. We all got waist trainers, but your regular everyday clothes, if you have to put on like the really heavy duty one to fit your garments that you're wearing like to work, it's too small. And it's really about like looking at yourself in the mirror. You do need a critical friend. You got to really look at yourself in the mirror and be honest. And a lot of times sometimes we get to a place where we're not really looking in the mirror. We are either like rushing and putting something on, like, all right, this look good, let me go. Because like your muscle, like what it normally looks like, so you just keep putting it on and keep it moving. Sometimes we get to a point where we're not really looking at ourselves because we ain't really in that place. We ain't really looking at ourselves. If you know what I mean. Sometimes you're in a place in your life and you're not really looking at yourself.
Right. And you kind of checked out. Or you're numb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Numb, focus elsewhere, trying to take the attention off of you, all those different things, right? That's why I talk about style mindset. Like if you're not looking at yourself, then you got to stop and get that right.
Yeah.
Like you got to turn around and look at that, like, because then when you look at yourself, you're like, shit, where did that come from? That stomach, you know what I mean? You be walking past the mirror and be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
My stomach.
So I had no idea. So I want to take a look at some of the comments that we have. It looks like we do have some folks that have basically saying it's good information. Y'all don't need makeup on. Y'all are beautiful just the way you are. Thank you very much. Let's see. Glad to be here. I see some of the fellas in the comments, and actually, I have a shit. I know some guys who should be doing that seasonal try on too. I damn sure do. So yeah. And speaking of the fellas, I think it would be a good time. We were talking about the fellas in terms of the skincare. So why don't we touch on the skincare for the men, and then talk about like what we need to do from a wardrobe perspective, or what we would recommend for the men in your lives. Kima, what were you were telling us about how many men come to your place and basically get the same treatments that women do?
Yeah, they're actually coming in droves right now. And you want to know something else that's very, very unique. And I'm proud of you guys for coming in for services. I'm proud that you guys are getting these boyzillions / manzillions. Before we went live, we were actually talking about that. And, you know,
explain what that is.
Women don't like the stubble down south. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And clippers have not been doing justice. A lot of guys have been coming in and saying, hey, my lady says that she doesn't like stubble, you know, and I want to go more than a manscape. I want to take everything off. And, you know, that's what the manzillions / boyzillions are, is taking everything off. And you guys are doing great. I mean, there's no screaming. There's no, ow, it hurts. We're doing better than the ladies, I must say.
Yeah, I would be like, ow, it hurts. It's not happening. Yeah.
So
I would be in there screaming.
That's one of the newer things that the men are doing. Men are coming in also for fine lines, Botox in the lines up here, the number 11s here. They're addressing that. And, you know, something else that I want to touch on really quickly is that a lot of times in our Black community, we often like to say Black don't crack. It does. It really does. You know, we have
other people that shit does crack.
It does.
Right. Don't let them have you out here in the street looking raggedy.
Come on. We all know that it does. We crack in different ways. We might not crack as our other counterparts, but you know, we get fine lines, we get discoloration, we get the smile lines, you know, all of those things. And all it needs is a little bit of tweaking, goes a very, very long way. So it's nothing to be ashamed about. You know, come in, get consultations, get the education. You know, the World Wide Web and Instagram and all of this stuff is not only for entertainment purposes, it's also to gain knowledge. So when you come in the office, you are very well equipped with the information. So you can say to your provider, hey, you know, I was looking at this. Am I a great candidate? So we are able to determine if you are or you are not. But use your social media and also those other channels to empower and educate yourself on these types of services, which are available to the African American communities.
You know what? I appreciate you saying that about the Black don't crack, because I think that's again the thing that I was talking about, taking it for granted. Like, you have a gift that you've been given, but often some of us neglect the gift because we're like, well, I ain't gonna look bad. It, like, at some point it's gonna hit your ass too. And so the thing is, you still could be doing something to keep you looking better longer, as opposed to just neglecting yourself, and you know, like I have done. And then, you know, like, okay, so now let me play catch up at this point, even though I still look fabulous. But
yes, you do.
Yes, but yeah. And just really quickly, and then I want Sharona to talk about the clothing for the men. But so you talked about what some of the men are coming in to do, and those are ones that we are clear. They know what time it is and they're coming in. For the basic man that ain't doing none of that, what are some of the things that men need to basically be doing to care for their skin? Because I think that sometimes, I mean, we know most women care for their skin, but sometimes men are just like, yeah, what skin?
Yeah.
Skin.
You're right. Basic, wash your face with soap. Just letting the water run down on it is not enough. You have to get rid of, we live in big cities. At the end of the day, you want to wash, you want to dissolve all of the toxins from the cars and everything else that's on the street. You want to wash it with a good cleanser, moisturizer, sunscreen. It can't get any simpler than that. wash, moisturizer, sunscreen. I won't even throw the serum in there until you're more privy to, skincare. Like if you come in for facial, then I'll throw in, maybe a toner or something else. But you gotta wash your face every single day. You're gonna put that moisturizer on and protect it. Those are the 3 pillars for men that they should follow every single day. Like my guy, he was using whatever was on sale, and he'll tell you right now, he is an expert. Sometimes I have to ask him, are you the esthetician? Because he will, oh, did you use the toner? How about the niacinamide? And he's up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You have trained him well. So yes. So
I have to emphasize. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it's extremely important. That's all.
Yeah, I just want to emphasize something you said. She mentioned the sunscreen. And I know many of us do not believe in sunscreen.
Again, neglect.
And it is super important. It's super. Black folks need sunscreen. And I'm on my medical hat right now. We do get skin cancer, maybe not as much as our counterparts.
We do.
But the sun can cause a lot of damage, and sometimes it's irreversible damage. So sunscreen. What do you recommend? A 15 and up, or do you recommend going higher than that?
SPF 30 and higher.
30. Okay.
The SPF is the sun protection factor. So you'll get 30 for 30 minutes, 15 for only 15 minutes. So just do away with the 15. The 30 and highers are usually the better ones. There's like Black Girl Sunscreen, which is a clear. A lot of people, they come in and they're like, oh, I don't want the white film. I don't want, I'm looking like a ghost. There are clear technology in sunscreens where the product is actually a clear version. So they've taken out that cakey white type of substance, and it's still protecting skin of color. So definitely we have to use it. We get discoloration, and, for instance, we just had this whole really hot summer. A lot of people are coming in right now with a lot of age spots, sunspots, discoloration, because they turned up all summer without sunscreen, talking about, oh, I want my melanin to really shine through. But guess what? Now you're paying the price. You won't see it in the summer, but now the months that are coming, September, October, now you're going to see the effects of the sun.
Oh, no. See,
now,
right. I needed this conversation. Right. I needed to slap around. Like, what are you doing, bitch? Out here parading around in the sun, talk about that. You stupid. So Sharonda, thanks, Chemo. So Sharonda, again, with the men, because they were just saying that they too need to take a look at the clothing, because I don't. And I wonder. I mean, we know that, and not all women do that, but we often maybe look at our clothes and say, "What do I need to get rid of?" What do you have men that come to you, and also what is this general thing with where men get to be kind of addressing their wardrobes as well?
So real quick, Chemo, yes, we all needed that slap, because I'm slowly walking towards sunscreen. Like, I actually believe that it is important, but I have to build the habit, because I do all my skincare steps. I have to build the habit of the sunscreen, and I forget every time, and I get all kinds of little, Black people freckles and spots, and I'll be like, but I'm also like, oh, well, I just have to pay for the whatever I got to do to reverse it. My mother was a sun worshiper, and she did it to me, and oh, well.
That doesn't mean that you can't be in the sun, though. That's the thing. You can go out and worship it all day long.
We're from the 70s. The 70s,
I know,
yeah. No baby oil outside.
Right, cooking. Cooking.
It's time to do better.
Stuff in there that's SPF 15 that I'll be wearing like on vacation.
Right. When she said SPF 15, I'm like, that's what I usually like. Yes, I don't need much.
And the shinier,
I don't need much. I don't need much.
Yeah, the shinier the better. I'll be down on my vacations in the tropics like
Bump it up tiny bit. Just bump it up tiny bit because you're gonna definitely see more of those brown spots. They're called age spots, and that comes from the sun. And some people, they get the little skin tags. The sun actually makes those grow, and they get bigger and bigger and bigger. And now we have to remove them. So that's another reason why you should always wear your sun protection.
Not making the skin.
I think she praying a lot over the panel.
Right.
I just say, listen, I know whatever that little picture on the other side, the back black and white thing that they do when they take I don't even want to see that. Just tell me what we got to do. Don't show me that aging picture. I don't want to see that. No. I know exactly what it looked like.
You want to see that, Sharonda?
I don't want to see that. You know what I'm talking. What's it called, chemo?
Yeah, so that's under the woods lamp. So you get to see all of the imperfections in the skin. Oh yeah.
That's just mean. That's just mean. Yeah, that's a mean.
It is. That's something like
but
that.
It's necessary. It's important.
Good with me. Don't.
It's important.
Just tell me what we gonna do. Just be like, next time you need. No. I don't need to see the picture. I'm gonna trust what you're saying.
But Sharonda, that's just what you were saying about.
You need the picture because every time you walk out the house without sunscreen, I gotta put it up like this. See this? No sunscreen.
That's that picture you said when you said look at your body, Sharonda. So this is looking at the body. But
I know it. I know what it looks like because I accidentally saw it one time. I was like, I don't need to see that no more.
No more. Yes.
I told you I'm wearing sunscreen now. I know what my issue is. I need to develop a stronger habit.
Yes.
It's like I do my cleanse, my toner, my serum, my eye cream. Baby, I got all the things, but the sunscreen, I'll be like, whoo. So I try to keep it in my car. And although you're supposed to put it on before you leave the house, I know.
Yes.
I say, listen, I'm putting it on.
I'm telling you, this is a slap around I needed. So but you know, maybe we get to watch more of those TikTok videos where the girls are luxuriating because it's like you gotta have the luxury black girl experience where they like because they doing all the things. So maybe it's just
I don't know if they be putting on sunscreen though.
I don't know, but some of these young girls out here they ain't playing. Okay, they look like they are living the best life.
Yeah, my daughter's a skincare enthusiast, and she's the one that slaps me around.
Okay, well, see,
yeah. She tells me, just drags me. So, but as far as the men, it's the same thing. Men tend to keep their clothes a little longer because, it's pants, top, jacket. The younger generations are a little bit more attuned to sort of like the trends and the cycles, but a lot of times like older men are a little bit more clear on kind of what they like, what they don't like. But the thing is like being mindful of changes in weight, and like they can also choose to accentuate what the areas that they want to accentuate. So a lot of times with men it's weird because like, they want to look bigger and broader on top, right? And they want to, so, wearing shirts that make them look more prominent up here in the shoulder area is versus women. We have to really go on what puts us in balance. But for men, when you're going into a new season, try your things on, inspect them for damage more so with men. So like if you've had it for a while, like check it and see if it's still in good condition. In addition to it fitting, look to see like a lot of times, you may have like your favorite pair of trousers. They've been like ironed too much. So they may be a little shiny or they may have a more modern pair of pants that is just time to refresh. So
you ain't calling people out with the old style.
No, she needs to today. It needs to happen today.
It was just saying.
Yeah, because like, I really have a serious question. It is bothering me.
Yeah, sometimes you just need a refresh. So for men, it may not
you need a trash
about changing.
You need a trash bag for a lot of this
shit.
It
depends on the guy. It really depends on the guy. Like
I know.
Some men, you need a refresh. And so you may have the similar style that you've always had, but you need more updated pieces, more modern pieces. One of the things is like if you still have the more oversized cut pants, the
That's
more
it. Thank
oversized jackets and things like that, that's not really in fashion. A more fitted and tailored suit is what you want. And so I would say for men, make sure that quality is super important for men. Women, sometimes we can like blur the lines and like mix and match a few like, cheap pieces that look cute and mix and match and go high low. With men, you have to have a few quality things. You got to have a really nicely fitting and quality button up shirt. You've got to have a nice suit and some nice, like if you want to, you should probably have, depending on where you are, a suit, a sport jacket, and some slacks, and then your khakis and your jeans and things like that. Because your suit, you don't want to break it up too much. But if you have a sport jacket and pants, you can wear them together or break them up. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have fit is really important because
it is.
Have changed, and sometimes men are still a little bit in their comfort zone.
In the 90s, I know I was going out with a guy and he pulled out these 1990s damn near cross colors, huge.
Not cross
jeans.
colors.
No, they weren't cross. I'm exaggerating. But they were huge. They were huge
To go out.
And y'all know me. I was like, you got to change.
You didn't make them change. Look at me.
me too.
You
not going out there with me looking like that. I mean, they were.
Was he open to hearing that?
Right.
He was like, "Oh, I like these." I was like,
"Oh,
I don't like
them." You heard his heart. You broke his heart.
I said they are not flattering at all.
Flattering.
They are not flattering. They do nothing.
And what's wrong with the style?
Right. They're out of style, and he had a gut. Once guys get up to our age, that's what I want to talk about, the gut. What do they do? Because I think he was wearing the bigger clothes because he thought that would hide it, but he looked dumpy. He had on his big shirt and the big jeans. It looked terrible.
It's hard. That's hard. That's hard for women and men.
It is.
Because we can kind of camouflage it with different cut tops and boot cut pants. Men don't really have a lot of options. So it's really about tailoring.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's about, you gotta, because that's why people kind of don't like shopping sometimes, because your body is it doesn't work straight off the rack.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you are big in the waist and your legs are small, you have to buy like these big pants that fit the waist, but then you got those little legs. Mm-hmm. So you got to invest in quality things that is actually worth taking to the tailor.
Right.
So you can't really get away with like buying stuff from, buying really inexpensive pieces, because then you're spending the same amount of money to get them altered. And it still may not look that great, because if the fabric is not a good fabric, when they alter it, it's gonna not, it shows. Like that kind of stuff. Quality is super important. It's
right. But then that's something that as we're getting older, period, it's like you can't, some of the stuff you got away with, both men and women, when we're in our 20s, you can't get away with that no more. It's like now you're gonna have to up your game. Mm-hmm. And because of what's going on with your body and some other little flaws, you now need to actually change your approach. And some of it is actually dealing with somebody who knows what they're talking about, because you can't just get away with the same thing you used to do.
Yeah, and layering is also a good trick for men too. Layering works for men too. You can do a jean and like a little white V-neck shirt, and then put a little jean shirt on with it, and then throw a scarf around your neck and make it look kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like there's ways that men can layer things, or you put your jeans on and your shirt, and then you put a sport coat on with it. So then that way it's giving you some dimension up top, and it just doesn't look like it's just extra weight.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Well, I think some of the stuff that you've talked about, period, and I think that for both men and women, some of the stuff that I know that you taught me and you taught Paz when we were going through our closets is stuff that you don't necessarily know like those are tricks and tips that you unless you kind of are in the fashion sense, you don't know that, oh, let me do this and then layer this and put this on and whatever. So, really being able to have a professional show you, if you care about your style and your image, especially at our age, then you may want to invest in someone who can tell you that ain't working no more, baby. And this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do for it to work.
Right.
Including skin. Yes.
We have a couple of comments in the chat. Someone asked, which sunscreen do you use as a melanated person, and at the same time get your vitamin D, considering the darker you are and the difficulty in getting vitamin D. That's for chemo.
So SPF 30 and higher, the Black Girl sunscreen is a really great brand. And remember, we discussed the sun protection factor, the SPF, that's what it stands for. So 30 minutes of sunscreen, if you're outdoors, you can still get that vitamin D from the natural sunlight. You're not going to want to overextend the time, obviously. But if it's like 35 minutes, 40 minutes, you're still getting that vitamin D from the sun. And then you go right back into the sunscreen. So it's not like totally closing your skin off from the sun.
And again, we're talking about just the face. You can get vitamin D from arms and the rest, exposing the body to the sun as well.
Absolutely. But all those areas still have to be protected, but right. You can just still let the sun in. We're not closing it off. And I do, and I don't have any vitamin D deficiencies because the sun is the #1 factor for aging skin. It's not smoking. It's not all this other stuff. It's the sun. That's the #1 aging factor. So we want to keep it protected, and you still can have some sunlight, but you just have to be mindful on, just the length of time that you're spending out there. Like a tan is DNA damage. That's what a tan is. So when you get darker,
a DNA, she's somebody else over there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So just to put that in your database for later, but that the tanning is definitely DNA damage. It's skin sun damage. So, keep that in mind for the next time that you want to sit out on the porch and just bake a little bit.
Baking for real. That's real. Baking. Seriously.
Baking, frying, fricassee, and all that shit.
Right. What you said with the baby. Well, Sharonda.
Put some Lowry's on that bitch.
You might put some Old Bay seasoning on it.
Old Bay, all that
there
shit.
There you go.
Some Creole season. Damn. You just hurting people over here, but let's go to the next comment. God damn it, chemo. Yeah. So someone mentioned and if your favorite shoes are scuffed up on the toes, you need new shoes. So scuffed up shoes.
Yeah.
If you were in the military, you're not shining those suckers up. I know people don't do that type of shit no more.
Or take them to the shoe shop so they can repair them if they're worth repairing, because it depends on how much you paid for them. If they were $15, then throw them in the trash.
Right. Yeah. Someone said they ain't camouflaging shit these days.
No. No.
It is true, the younger generation, but we talking about the seasoned woman.
Yeah, seasoned woman. Yeah.
I don't know. Are women our age letting it all hang out? Like
some of us.
So, the thing about it is, like, I'm so here for body positivity. Yes. I really am. And if whenever what'd you say?
Let me shut the fuck up.
Because
I have a comment that's right here, and I'm gonna just shut up. Go ahead.
The thing about it is that one of the things I say to my clients, I ask them, what is your favorite part of your body? What is it that you want to accentuate, and what do you want to de-emphasize? And when the designers and the trendsetters are like teaching women that they should not be ashamed of their bodies and who they are, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, there's a time and place for everything. Some things just don't look cute, but I have friends who are who have been overweight for all their lives, and we had conversations around why body positivity really is important. And so I've tried to move away from like really judging, like she don't need to have her stomach out. If she want to have her stomach out, you know what? And it is doing something that's making her feel affirmed and good. I can't judge that. I cannot. If you come to me and say like, I hate my stomach and like, I just don't know what to wear to like camouflage it, we can fix that. But if you want to show your stomach, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Or your thighs or whatever.
Right.
Well, we have talked a lot.
This was
And we
good.
oh my God, thank you so much, you guys, for coming on. We're gonna close the show right here. Any words of wisdom to close out, Sharonda and Chemo?
I'm gonna go check the number on my SPF and make sure I got the right one.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That's what I was going to say.
SPF, y'all heard it here. So next week, please join us. Next week is Money Moves with Paz.
Yes.
It's not gonna be one of our fun topics, but it's gonna be a sexy one. Guess what we're talking about? The art of dying well. So having that goddamn conversation about the shit that all of us gonna do is die. Okay, I know I'm blunt, but we gotta have the conversation.
You are blunt. You are blunt.
So I just want to help you guys to start that conversation so that you all can die well. We want to live well. We talked about living well. Now we want to talk about dying well. Yeah. So please join us. It's going to be a very good conversation. I hope it starts some conversations in your home, really, like ASAP. So please join us for Money Moves with Paz next week. Thank you again, Sharonda and Chemo. We love you all. Please feel free to post in the chat. Sonia, let's
okay. So I'm about to do something really quickly that I didn't do earlier. That's why we didn't hear the music. So I'm gonna have to do this really fast and then switch back to that. And then now we should hear. Let's see.
All right, Chemo gotta go.
Y'all hear music?
No, we do not.
No? Okay, wait a minute. I didn't unmute this. Okay, here, let's try it again.
Hey, we're back.
The engineer was having some technical difficulties.
Fresh out the oven, straight to the bank. Ben's Hager smelling like bank. Seats, somebody died on them. Kitty looking like somebody cried on it. Ooh, what you looking at? What you looking at? Body like cinnamon roll. Icing on the top, if you got it, let's go.